Welcome back. Today, we are celebrating Route 66. And as the song goes, we are going to get our kicks on Route 66. As you can see behind me, there's a sign commemorating Route 66 on the west side of Oklahoma City. This is the 100th year anniversary of the opening of Route 66. And so the city of Oklahoma has put up some signs like the one behind me commemorating that fact. We're going to take a drive along Route 66, starting at the west side of Oklahoma City and moving east all the way to the small town of Arcadia. We'll see some landmarks along the way as I ride my Moto Guzzi V7. And when we get to Arcadia, we'll see two pretty well-known landmarks and also a third very interesting but not well-known landmark. So if you watch till the end, you'll get to see that third very interesting landmark. So let's get started. We're going to start off by riding through the small city of Bethany, Oklahoma. Oklahoma City is sort of like Los Angeles in the sense that it's a great big sprawling city, covers a big geographic area, but it wraps around and completely surrounds about three, that I know of, small cities of their own. And here we are in Bethany, and this is one of those. Bethany, Oklahoma is its own little city. It's been here since, I guess, the 1930s. A lot of it looks the same as it did in the 1930s. The other two that I know of are the Village in northwest Oklahoma City and the expensive part of Oklahoma City called Nichols Hills. Both of those are their own separate cities. I think actually there's a fourth called War Acres, W-A-R-R, War Acres, I suppose named for somebody whose last name was War and who was the developer. We'll be passing through that as well. I think that is also its own little city, and here you can see a sign that says War Acres. So it's interesting that we have all these tiny cities just right in the middle of Oklahoma City, and Oklahoma City surrounds them, but they operate on their own. We have been proceeding eastward on Northwest 39th Street, which is historic US 66. We're now going to turn south on Classen Boulevard. Route 66 kind of winds around through Oklahoma City. It's kind of curious. So we go south here on Classen Boulevard until we get to Northwest 23rd Street, where we turn east again. And we'll see an interesting landmark, a couple of interesting landmarks as we approach 23rd Street and one on 23rd Street. So we'll stop and take a look at those when we get there.
In the early 1960s, before the interstate highways were built, my family traveled on Route 66 all the way from Oklahoma City to Los Angeles. My father and I flew radio-controlled model airplanes as a hobby, and at that time, the Navy used to sponsor the National Model Airplane Competition every summer. It would be held at a naval air station, and we would fly our model planes right off their big runways. Of course, the Navy did that in hopes of enticing young men to join the Navy. They don't do that anymore, but they did then. When I was about 12 or 13, the national competition was at the Los Alamitos Naval Air Station in Los Alamitos, California. Los Alamitos is a bit inland from Long Beach. So my father drove me and my two sisters all the way, and I remember going through Gallup, New Mexico. My father got pulled over for speeding, and the policeman made him go back into town right then to pay the fine.
This is the Milk Bottle Building, constructed in 1930. The building itself is only 350 square feet. It is triangular in shape, and it was located where there was a streetcar stop in 1930s, 1940s Oklahoma City. As you can see, it's currently advertising a dairy company called Brahms, which is found in Oklahoma and I think also in Texas. It has advertised various dairy companies over the years. It's pretty iconic. The Milk Bottle Building, almost 96 years old now. Coming up on the left, we have the Tower Theater. This is one of the old movie theaters of Oklahoma City. It was built in 1938. It is the only remaining one of the classic movie theaters at that time. It shut down for a while, but it has been reopened, I think, in the 1990s as a music venue, and now they have live concerts there. It still has its iconic neon lighting at night. It's unfortunately daytime right now, so we can't see it. But there it is, the Tower Theater, still going strong. And we continue along Northwest 23rd Street, which is Highway 66, Route 66, until we come to Lincoln Boulevard, where we will turn north. And on Lincoln Boulevard, we have the State Capitol building. You can see there the big dome on the Capitol building. And over on the left there, you can see an oil derrick. One of the unusual features of Oklahoma City is that they have oil right on the State Capitol grounds, and they've been drilling it for decades. Here's a better look at that oil derrick. As you can see, it's just right here on what's still the Oklahoma Capitol grounds. We also have the Oklahoma History Center located over there. It's an active oil well. We have made our way north, and on our left we are passing the University of Central Oklahoma. We are in the city of Edmond, which is on the north side of Oklahoma City and where the University of Central Oklahoma is located. It's a medium-sized university, well regarded. We pass through Edmond and we continue going east, the direction we're going now, until we get to the town of Arcadia. We'll pick it up there. We have arrived in Arcadia and we are at Pop's 66, which is easy to recognize because of its iconic pop bottle statue right in front. I'll turn the camera around, you can take a look. There it is, right there on Route 66, a giant pop bottle. It lights up at night. You can see it even has a straw in it. And over here, we have the gas station. The prices for gas here are usually pretty cheap. And inside, there is a restaurant and convenience store, and every single flavor of soda pop you can imagine. We'll go inside and take a look. We're inside Pop's now, and we'll take a look at what all there is available. Over here, we've got some Pop's branded clothing, and on the other side there, you can see the cafe, the bar area for the cafe, and there you can order. There are also tables along the side. It's a convenience store, all kinds of things to eat, coffee, but let's tour the soda pop. So we'll start over here. Here we've got Dad's old-fashioned red cream soda, Fitz's root beer, Astro Pop cherry soda, some black raspberry down there, cherry cerise. It goes on and on and on. Mr. Cola. And new grape soda. Big Red, birch beer down here. Sioux City sarsaparilla. You hear about that in old westerns, but you don't see it very often. Strawberry, Rocket Fizz, pure cane sugar, red licorice flavor. I bet that's pretty good. Fanta, a brand that of course people know well. Nesbitt Orange, boysenberry pie. Can you imagine boysenberry pie for a soda pop? Here we've got another sarsaparilla. Always ask for Avery's. And then we've got the refrigerator section. All along there, nothing but soda pop and more soda pop. That's why they call it Pops. We're going to have a little lunch. So we'll take a look at the menu and see what there is for lunch. And I think I'm probably going to get a burger, but we'll see what there is. We have received our lunch. We have here a chicken fried steak sandwich with a corn relish
and I am having the cheeseburger with sweet potato fries. And we're sitting here by the window looking out at Route 66, looking through all of the various soda pop bottles here at Pop's. So now full of hamburger from Pop's, and now we're going to go down the road just a little bit further to the Round Barn. The next attraction on our Route 66 stop is behind me. It is the historic Round Barn. So here's a little closer up view of the Round Barn. It is just what it sounds like. It is a round barn. Here's a plaque. We'll see what we find out about it. So here we have Route 66 roadside attraction, the Arcadia Round Barn. We're in Arcadia, Oklahoma. This barn was built, it says, in April 1898 by William Oder on his farm. It was restored in 1992 by Luke Robinson and various community workers and local businesses. This round barn is used for all kinds of events. People get married here and have dances here, and we'll go inside and take a quick look. Inside, they have all kinds of historic memorabilia, maps, pictures, drawings, all kinds of interesting stuff about Arcadia and the round barn itself. Arcadia apparently founded in 1906. And it's an antique store as well. All kinds of stuff here. This is quite interesting. Barbed wire that fenced the West. The different kinds of barbed wire and the year that they were made and used. A barbed wire collection. And here's the round barn with a 1918 Ford Model T in front of it. If you want to take a carriage ride, here we have one. We have a very old carriage, a buggy, and the horse, of course, in front of it. That was the mode of transportation. We're going to go upstairs to the second floor now. That's where they have various events. As you saw on the first floor, it's an antique shop and all kinds of other interesting exhibits. But we're going to go up the stairs and take a look at the big open space. And you can see how it looks as a round barn. Okay, so here's the steps we're going up. It's really windy today, as that's not unusual for Oklahoma, of course. And here we are inside the round barn. And I'm gonna pan up here. That's the ceiling all the way up and to the dome on the round barn. And it's a big open space, as you see. So you can have lots of big events here, weddings, dances, birthday parties, all kinds of things are done here. And you can see, of course, the tables and chairs stacked up there. And they have these small windows overlooking Highway 66. So we can look right out. There it is, the sign for the round barn, and right there on the road, Arcadia OK66. The admission to the round barn is free, as you can see on the sign behind me. So next time you're in Arcadia, Oklahoma, stop by and say hello to the folks in the round barn. I think you'll find it very interesting. Okay, we're going to get back on the bike now and head on down the road a little bit further to that third attraction that I promised you. You'll see what it is when we get there. I think you'll be surprised, and it's really interesting. I've stopped by the side of the road on old Route 66, and I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what can be found here. What have we here? Paul McCartney stopped at this spot on August 5th, 2008. What's a fun way to celebrate your 66th birthday? Well, if you're Sir Paul McCartney, when he was 66, he took his then girlfriend, now wife, I believe, Nancy Chevelle, on a Route 66 road trip. They were driving a green 1989 Ford Bronco. There you can see. And they got lost. And at this place, he stopped to ask directions. And
The little sign here says that a resident, Toby Thompson, was working outside when the Ford Bronco stopped, and the driver asked if this was old 66, and Mr. Thompson realized who he was talking to and simply verified, yep, this is old 66, and told Mr. McCartney, Sir McCartney, that he was honored to meet him. And Sir McCartney and his girlfriend thanked Toby Thompson and went on their way and stayed in the historic Skirvin Hotel in downtown Oklahoma City. So this is a very little known attraction on old Route 66, but now you know about it, and now I know about it too. I'd never been here before either, but I found this in my research and came here to look for it. By the way, it wasn't easy to find, but it's very interesting. So I'm going to wrap it up here. That's our day trip along Route 66 in Oklahoma City and nearby town of Arcadia. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, give it a like if you like it, and I will see you in the next one.